Hey everyone, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Crusader Kings 3. Here today on the channel, we're going to be starting a brand new campaign series as MAELYS the Monstrous. And the main objective of this series is to put the Blackfyres, the true Targaryen line, on the Iron Throne. We're just going to have to watch out for Barristan Selmy, who ultimately got rid of MAELYS. We also have Maynard Blackfyre. Now, we might have to get rid of him. Well, we will offer him up to try and get a dragon. So this is a really hard campaign, and I would say it's nearly impossible unless you bring the dragons back. So hopefully we can have a nice run. I don't know what the percentage is, but I think it's nearly like a 50-50 for the dragon to spawn, and we'll try and call it Blackfyre. So we're the descendant of Daemon Blackfyre. Here is the Targaryen and Blackfyre line. So we're going to go around and with our golden company manage to rally Essos, and then we'll ultimately cross over to Westeros and take the Iron Throne and ultimately depose the Targaryens. But this is my first time playing as a Blackfyre, first time playing as MAELYS Blackfyre the Monstrous, who is quite a large, disfigured figure. You can see something popping out from his neck. We're going to, pass Absolute Crown Authority. And I think we'll go with Marshal. It's already 19. I feel like it nearly should be slightly higher. So we're going to go with the strategical focus there with a +3. And hopefully, let's not have the end of the Blackfyres. So we do need to pick a faith of the 7, although MAELYS isn't probably overly that holy. Fertility is probably not a bad idea, since we've got a fair few Marshal, because I would like to get more Blackfyres on the throne eventually and ultimately get rid of the Targaryen. So we've got Lys and Tyrosh and Myr, and then we have the Stepstones too. So I wonder, because we've got like Fossaways here too, are these actually Fossaways and Toynes and whatnot, or have they just taken the name? I do like the Golden Company. Not in the show though, yikes. In the show it was terrible, though. Those random dudes that showed up, stood there for a second. They completely just forgot the bitter steel the lore bit, and how like even like Cersei in the books was pissed off and was surprised when the Golden Company broke their contract and pivoted down to go and support young Griff. Like, she was shocked at that. They were meant to have elephants too. They sort of abandoned that. We do have a bunch of dragon eggs we can put down here, and here is MAELYS with his egg. Okay, so we've got one more title here. So I guess I give it to this Fossaway. Derek Fossaway, the bad apple. And give the Ragged Hill. Is that because of like dogged? Wasn't there a ragged dog? Ragdogged or something? They got exiled? I can't remember. Anyway, let's rally up to go against Tyrosh, I suppose. The Golden Company is so cool in the books. They have those titles of knights too. They've got elephants, and obviously being created by Bittersteel. It is interesting that at least the Golden Company believes that Aegon probably is a Blackfyre, young Griff. Alright, let's continue to go west here, and we're going to have to try and win all these wars. I want to get to a point where we have Essos under our control. Oh, here we go. So we've got the Sarn Scroll. So this is what's going to allow us to go to the Pyre and potentially spawn a dragon. So let's try and do that. I believe that there's also a chance that the Targaryens can also bring the dragons back. So here we are. Unfortunately, we will have to get rid of our son, Maynard, but let's just hope we can wake the dragon. And we can. A son for a son. The dragons have returned, and Morhon is its name. It is a purple dragon, so let's rename it. There we go. Now, it is going to take quite some time before the dragon is big enough to ride. I think it needs to be 12 or is it 16 years old? I can't remember. We also want it to be strong enough to not be taken out by castles and scorpions and whatnot. But the dragons have returned. MAELYS the Monstrous will one day ride a new dragon, which is Blackfyre. Maegor Targaryen Vagabond, okay. And a traveller by the look of it. Is now officially my heir. We do have a regency too. Alright, so the dragons have returned, so that's going to make things a lot easier. It is interesting that MAELYS actually got rid of Daemon Blackfyre, his cousin, who's available to us. Okay, so we can grant some of these lands. Let's just do it then. So Tyrosh is now our vassal. We have 5,000 there. We've got a little bit of cash spare, so we should be able to create a men-at-arm regiment. I think there's some pretty good dragon guard we can get. Alright, let's push north here now. And take more of Essos, bringing the free cities and their trade to our side. You kind of forget in the books that, like, how advanced, how much better the free cities are than Westeros. Like, they're constantly warring, and it's like warm over there, and yeah, I think you'd have a bit of time living in one of the free cities. Because they're very much like sort of eastern Greece there. Your Constantinople's like, you literally have Bravos, which is Rhodes. Alright, so Mir is being brought under heel. Now, MAELYS is just actively commanding, and we're going to win this one. With superior numbers here now. I'm bringing the magistrates to our side. We haven't got our dragon riding abilities yet, so let's dish out some of this minor territory. We don't want to hold onto them too much. I could potentially... I'm trying to think if I should land some of these ancient houses here now, so then I can have them in Westeros later. Like, I saw a Mud there before. Maybe we give House Mud back to the Riverlands, get rid of the Tullys. Maybe bring back House Toyne from the Stormlands, give them the command of the Stormlands. Maybe try and bring the Fossaways to control the Reach. There's a fair few. The Stricklands, we could give them more of a prominent position. There was even someone that ruled Harrenhal at one point too. Okay, so let's go north to Pentos. Try and bring them under our control too. They have 8,000, we still have 22, and MAELYS is just an absolute chad. So we'll look to go north with our Blackfyre host. And we'll give Strickland. Yeah, oh, there's also Coles too, from the... Well, they say he's Dornish in House of the Dragon, but he's on the Dornish Marches. He's on that border there. So, we could give him Dorne. House Cole. I don't think they are related to Sir Crispin. Yeah, here's the Mud. House Mud. That's cool. Alright, so let's give these pieces of territory to House Strickland. Also got Harry Strickland in the books. So, oh, there he is there. There's young Harry. So we could eventually give it to Randall. I don't know if the Lords of Westeros are going to be overly happy with us. Okay, so my heir Maynard Targaryen is ill. Let's continue to try and take some territory in and around Pentos. They're not going to be the most highly secure castles too. Let's employ both. And then hopefully Pentos will fall soon. But so far, we're doing well. Essos is falling to the Blackfyres. The free cities are becoming under our control. I guess we'll just get rid of that. I'll decide what I want to do with the magistrates. Alright, we've won now, and now Pentos is under our control. So, we can go to Westeros now. So once again, as soon as that war ends, you need to go straight into another war. So let's go against Lys, or Lys, and move south against the Free Cities. So let's go there, and then we'll eventually go into the Stepstones, which is a little bit harder to navigate. But MAELYS' prowess is absolutely fantastic. Maybe once we get to a stage where we can do tribal combats ourselves, I think. Alright, let's go down Strategist. And yeah, we got Theo Toyne of the Stormlands. And eventually we could give them potentially... Oh, we just captured him in that first battle. Nice. Oh, a Valyrian steel wielder. What did he have? Truth, the Valyrian steel sword. Oh, wow, okay. We shall absolutely take that. And we'll give that to MAELYS. He can have a Valyrian steel weapon. It's probably got some really nice stats on it too, rather than him wielding that battle axe. There we go, look at this. He has a Valyrian steel sword. Okay, time to war with the Stepstones now. And that should be the final piece of our Essos puzzle. We may have Truth as our Valyrian steel sword. Not Blackfyre though. Oh, hang on. King Aegon the Fifth has joined. Oh, the unlikely dragon. That's annoying. Okay, so the Targaryens on the throne have essentially said, hey, the Stepstones is within our sphere of influence. We're going to challenge you here. Okay, so this is going to be interesting, as we're going to be fighting a good chunk of them here. Yikes. Okay, so maybe we can just try and get to the Stepstones quick enough and try and seize as much territory as we can. There's 4,000 there of the local pirate scourge. We do have the Free Cities on our side and the Golden Company, but we need to wrap up this war quick before the Red Wine Fleet and the supporting Targaryen throned forces arrive. It's going to cost me a little bit of money there, so let's not do that one. Let's move to here. Alright. Nice. Oh, here we go. 24,000 Targaryens have landed. They're engaging 5,000 there. We should have the numbers there. And we have... Oh, and Lord Commander Sir Duncan the Tall. Unfortunately, Dunk the Lunk was as thick as a castle wall. We've got a new commander on the wall, actually. Carl Butler. It is now John Karstark. Interesting. Okay, so we've just beaten the Targaryen forces, and a second time there. They are too far from home in the Stepstones. Okay. Let's move further here. Oh, okay, so the... Oh, and we've won. Oh, good. Let's quickly get this war done and dusted. So, Duncan the Tall actually fought, MAELYS, which is funny. Alright, and now, basically, you have to go and do your birthright. I think wrapping up that war quicker was the play. You can extend it a bit longer, but now we have to do the ultimate thing. And because this is a story-driven campaign, we're going to have to march westward and claim our birthright. MAELYS Blackfyre, heir of Daemon Blackfyre, was legitimized. Well, he was legitimized by his father, King Aegon IV Targaryen, gave him Blackfyre, a symbol of his father and a symbol of him choosing him as his heir over Daemon, and then dare on. But now we possess a dragon as we look to go against the Iron Throne. Let's ransom these guys off. The thing is, we're being forced into this war, right? And we can't really get any more strength. We could just wait, but ultimately we're going to lose. So, without a dragon, they just have... What they outnumber us 10 to 1. So what I'm going to try and do is sail up the Blackwater, do the Stannis Baratheon tactic, rally up here, and just try and throw this war and hope that MAELYS doesn't get imprisoned or doesn't get taken out, essentially. So, because of the script of this, we've been forced to fight this war. We honestly want to wait another 10 years until Blackfyre is big enough to start burning castles in Westeros, because our dragon isn't fully grown. And then also we want to try and get a marriage and have our lower alliances too. So if we can just throw this war, or try and win it as best we can, but I don't like our odds. They just numerically outbeat us. Like, I haven't won a war in Crusader Kings 3 being outnumbered 10 to 1 without a dragon, ever. Because as you can see here, it's nearly 30,000. So Aegon the Unlikely sits on the Iron Throne. We can't make peace. We could maybe try to get rid of him, so then we can nullify this war. That actually might be a play, but I just don't know if anyone's going to be able to be that close to him, because they quite like Aegon the Fifth, the Unlikely. Guess he's wait, Duncan Targaryen died? Maybe he died in Summerhall or something. Yeah, so we can't even bribe Egg by the look of it. It wasn't Aegon the Fifth that legitimized everyone, it was a different Aegon. Alright, so we've waited a little bit to rally up. We have, what? Just shy of 20,000. This is going to be tough. We've already got the kin slaying debuff there. God, he's got some bad traits. And also, maybe if we get rid of... Once we lose this war, we can... Or win this war, we can get rid of the refused marriage trait. So, oh, he does look bigger, Blackfyre, but he's only 3. So what? Yeah, okay, so those stats are not that good whatsoever. So he is owned, but he isn't tamed yet. I want him to be a bit more bigger and a bit more fierce, because I feel like he's going to get taken out. We don't want to lose our only dragon that quickly. We want to try and get more children too. So this is why this campaign's hard. Alright, so let's go to Westeros. Hopefully MAELYS doesn't get captured. We've got the free cities on our side. And you never know, we might be able to intercept and capture Aegon the Unlikely. That's also a strategy too, trying to capture him. Alright, so let's sail up the Blackwater. Losing again. Right, that's 100% now. Now, oh, okay, so we have been unlucky and we have been imprisoned. Which is not good, obviously. We could still get Maynard to potentially become heir, but he's got no children. So we are imprisoned. I guess our play now is to escape, because he doesn't get imprisoned all the time. Characters don't. Okay, so let's try and escape and see if we get lucky. And then we should be able to fight this war in Westeros on our own terms. And we've been successful. MAELYS the Monstrous bribed and has now bought off the guards in the Red Keep, and he's now fled east. However, he has lost a lot of support and vassals in the process. So now that that's happened, we've lost the refused marriage trait, and now we can get an alliance in Westeros, potentially with the Dornish, maybe the Tyrells, maybe the Lannisters or Starks, who knows. So we have lost some allies there in the free cities, which is rather annoying. Oh no, we still got some of them, the ones we landed. I don't think Tyrosh is with us though. Mir isn't. Pentos is. But now we have an opportunity to get some more heirs. He is only 43, and we've got enough time to allow Blackfyre to fully grow into a dragon. So now we are now back in Essos. We need to reset up our men-at-arms. And then we'll wait for Blackfyre to be fully grown. We can probably look for political marriages now in Westeros. Also, straight up here is Jenna Lannister. That is Tywin's sister, who canonically married a Frey. Yeah, that's Tywin and what's-his-face's children. Okay, there still might be some other potential lords, but Okay. Maybe negotiating with Titus the Toothless, Tywin's weak father, might bring the Lannisters to our cause. And then we've got Kieran. Looks like Tywin's actually imprisoned. Then we have Doran Martell. If we ever have a daughter, we could marry to him. Oh, wait. We've got Ilya Martell.